there, it's Jen with Hidden River Creative, and I'm back again with another tag that I made from the Spellbinders 13 Days of Craftoween 2025 Advent Calendar. And this is the tag that I made with the Day 4 dies. So if you want to see how I made this tag, stay tuned. Okay, so we've got the Day 4 dies here, which is a cute little ghost, a little banner, a pumpkin, and a piece of pizza, which I won't be using on this. And then I'm pulling out my trusty Essential Arches from Spellbinders. That's what I'm using for my tag shape. It's actually the 7th largest die from the outside. And then I'm also going to pull in my Halloween Wonder die set. And I'm just going to pull the lollipop out of that so that my little ghost can hold on to that. So I die cut all of my pieces ahead of time from some scrap cardstock pieces that I had. I just pulled out some purple, orange, yellow, and then I'm also using a piece of patterned paper that I've had for years. I think this was a Spellbinders Halloween pack, not Spellbinders, sorry, Stampin' Up! Halloween pack at one point. Trying to use up all my stuff, you know, to make room for new things. So trying to use up my pattern paper however I can. So I thought using some on these tags would be a great option. Then I was using my Crop-A-Dile eyelet tool, and I'm just taking a little eyelet here, poking it through the hole I just made in my tag, and then using my tool to press that in so that it stays adhered to my tag. This thing is so fun. I love it. I don't use eyelets nearly enough, but apparently I'm suffering from tag fever now, so I'll probably be using it a lot more. Here I have all of my little dies, and I'm just going to assemble the ones that need assembling, like this ghost that has the back layer there that creates, you know, the ruffles on his, I don't know, is it his body? Is it a sheet? What do we call that? Anyway, you know what I mean. And then I'm just gluing a piece of black cardstock on the back for his eyes. And then the little pumpkin comes in 2 layers, but I wanted my stem to be a different color. So I'm just taking an Altenew marker in a brown shade there and coloring in the stem before I adhere my jack-o'-lantern front to that. It's not a whole lot of assembly for these dies in this set, so it was actually really easy to put together. So while you watch me put these die sets together, I'll tell you a funny story about my daughter. So yesterday, she wanted me to write out a bunch of words because she likes to practice writing her words. She's 4 years old. She's just learning to write all of her letters. And so she wanted me to write down a bunch of animal names. So I was doing that. And the last word that I wrote was bird. And she was like, Mom, what's that word? I was like, oh, it's bird. She was like, oh, birds are scary. And I was like, birds are scary? Why are birds scary? She was like, because they can eagle you, Mom. So just be aware that if you're outside, a bird could eagle you at any point. Apparently, they're just out here eagling people for no reason at all, scaring little kids, just absolutely ungovernable. So stay vigilant, according to my daughter, because they're scary. Kids say the funniest things, don't they? She's hilarious. You never know what she's going to say. Makes me a little nervous sometimes when we're out in public, but you know, you roll the dice. So now I'm just assembling my little banner here. It says boo. So cute. So I'm just using a mixture of purple and orange on that because it coordinated with my lollipop and I liked how it looked. The only thing is that purple, it's a little hard to see because it's so dark, but on the actual tag itself, it's a little bit more discernible. So now I'm just going to figure out my placement on my tag here. I thought the lollipop was much cuter than a piece of pizza, And then I'm just gonna make my little cat as though he is reaching for the lollipop also. At first I thought, what is that cat doing? Because it's just in the die set. I wasn't really sure like what it was for because it wasn't on the example picture. And I was like, oh, maybe it's stretching to like reach for the pizza. So I thought it would reach for the lollipop. So now I'm taking my sentiment set that came with the Craftoween box and I just pulled a sentiment off, put it on an acrylic block, and now I'm taking my Versafine Onyx black ink, stepping that, really? I'm having a day, y'all. Stamping that onto a piece of scrap white cardstock. And since these sentiments don't come with dies, I'm just gonna fussy cut that out here. No big deal. So good at this. If you don't like fussy cutting, you don't have to. You can just put it on a cardstock strip, cut it off cleanly, and there you have it. I just wanted it to look a little uneven, so that's what I did. And I did not smear the ink this time. Go me. So now I'm just going to glue all of my pieces down to my tag, like so, using liquid glue here. The liquid glue I have is art glitter glue, and honestly, lately, I have noticed that it's very watery. So I'll probably be switching up my glue here in the next little bit once I run out of my art glitter glue because I'm cheap. I don't want to waste it, but yeah, it's kind of watery. Sometimes it makes my cardstock warp a little bit, I guess because of the water content in it. So I'm just gonna look for one that's a little bit more thick, probably GinaK Connect or something like that. Let me know what glue you like in the comments. I'm just popping up my lollipop here on some foam tape, and then I will adhere my little ghosty down behind that. And then I'll take that lollipop stick and just adhere it to my ghost so that it's not sticking up and gets ripped off when I put this on a little gift bag. And then next I'm going to have him hold his little pumpkin. That's the cutest little jack-o'-lantern. I used it on a couple more tags after this because it's just so darn cute. It's so tiny. And then my little cat that wants the lollipop. Gonna adhere him down too, also with liquid glue. There's not a lot of dimension to this tag. It's really very flat except for that lollipop, which is fine with me. So now I'm just trying to figure out my placement of my sentiment. Originally I thought I was gonna put it over the lollipop, but then I thought that was covering up too much and maybe people wouldn't know that was a lollipop. I don't know. So then I just settled on putting it down at the bottom. I'm just gonna pop that up on some GinaK foam squares here. I'm just trying to figure out where it overlaps with the ghost so that I don't put it in the same place and create unevenness in my sentiment. So I'm just gonna butt those foam pieces right up against the ghost. And there we have it. I wanted to add a few embellishments, so I'm taking these black rhinestones that I've had, again, for a long time. I've hoarded craft supplies for years, you all. So time to use them up. I think these were from Stampin' Up! At one point as well. I had a problem. So I'm just gonna put a few down on here until I feel like it's good enough. And one more, two more. I'm gonna put 5 on in total because that just felt right. Felt good. So press those down. Can we decide on, like, it's embellishments, Jen. You don't need to think about it so hard. Now I'm pulling in my ribbon. I've got about 6 pieces here. I'm just going to feed them all through my eyelet here. I fed them all through and then tied them in a knot, but in hindsight, I probably could have taken the black piece and just tied it around all of the ones that I fed through the eyelet and created like a little bow or something, but you know, I did what I did. It's fine. It will look cute on a little gift bag, and whoever gets it will appreciate it, or they won't. I won't know. I'll feel good about giving it away. Also, this little perfect picker tool is great for shoving these pieces of ribbon through because, as you can see, I have quite a few pieces of ribbon. Gets a little tight in there. Now I'm just gonna tie it off, and that will complete my tag. Let me know in the comments if you all create Halloween tags or Christmas tags. Do you all create tags? Do you feel inspired to create tags now that you've seen some of these videos? I do. I don't make nearly enough tags, so I think I'm going to be doing that more. So thank you all again so much for watching this video. I've got some more tags coming with the rest of my Craftoween day tags, so stay tuned and thank you so much for watching.